Hello and welcome to Hypertrophy Odyssey chapter 368. It is the fourth day of the week, aka the Buster Cannon workout. I'm feeling very good right now on the way to the gym. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. Military scams. Now, this one became a subject matter earlier today because in my job, I don't want to reveal too much of what I work in, but I work adjacent to the military, not necessarily exactly in the military or anything like that, but adjacent. And I get enough things about military things that I see a lot of stuff. And one of the things that I've seen, and I think it just hit me today when I noticed it, but a lot of people get scammed by people pretending to be in the military. And I think that this has been a thing for quite some time, and I just wanted to talk about it because there's a lot of things with it. It's very interesting to me. One, but two, also PSA, if you hear something like this, inform them they are probably being scammed, because realistically, the amount of soldiers that are randomly hitting up random people on Facebook for random amounts of money are very slim to probably none, unless you are actually family with them. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. I'm not a service member, but maybe one of them could comment down below if they're doing that for real. Or if the scammers are, they can call themselves out. But this was just something I wanted to talk about just because it's very interesting to look at it from multiple perspectives. So I wanted to just look at it and see how this is still happening. How is this still going on? But then again, of course, scams are always going to be there no matter where you're at, and no matter how far in history you get, scams are going to be scams. But I'm going to just talk about that and a few other things that go along with this when we get on the inside.
All right, started this day off with knee raises, which were pretty good. But anyways, back to the main subject matter for today. Military scams. So the main reason why I want to discuss this is because of the fact that I am part of something that is military adjacent. So I see these people who are basically getting scammed all the time. And it's, I guess, disheartening, mostly because, one, it's still going on, because I think this is something that's been happening for many decades. But two, also a weird evil that not a lot of people talk about. Sure, there are other things that people talk about when it comes to the military, but people don't really discuss the idea of people pretending to be the stolen valor idea. I know it happens every once in a while, but it's not necessarily the norm, I think. I think people just kind of forget that this type of stuff happens. And there is the allure of being somebody in the uniform, which many people fall for. But still, it's kind of crazy that we still live in an age where people will dress up or pretend to be a military member or service member and try to get as much money as they can from people. It's kind of crazy. Even if they kind of just trick them into sending them like $20, it's still kind of crazy. So just be aware of that. It's very interesting. It's mostly targeted towards older people, lonely people, and those who have served before, which I always found very scummy. I think that at least those people understand what they need to do in order to verify if somebody is actually in the military and stuff. But it always sucks because a lot of people don't actually know the information of what to do if somebody's trying to scam them. At least a lot of them are trying to reach out to different organizations to try to be like, hey, is this person scamming me or not? But, it speaks larger to the evils of scamming, because I'll do an entire episode about scamming and people who scam as a general speaking point. But there is very much an evil that is quite pertinent by that. But obviously it's not murder, but it's very up there because you're taking advantage of what is ostensibly either just a helpless or vulnerable person to the point where you are extorting thousands of dollars from them. There's a special circle in hell for these types of people. So we'll talk about that some other day. But in this one, just be aware of this. If you ever see or hear anybody talking to somebody who might be in military service or have some type of military background, but it's kind of sketchy because they're only talking to them via the computer, I think every once in a while this will pop up in regular life. It's not necessarily the most normal thing. It's like a Facebook thing, but it can happen enough, I feel like. I'm not a huge military person, but to pretend to be part of that and try to scam people out of money is just a shit thing to do. And like I said before, there's a special place in hell for these people.
And we're back. Welcome to the workout debriefing. Exercises not filmed, none. Exercises skipped, also not. Well, we got two. It was the hip abduction machine was being used, and the calf raises, because my left calf was just feeling a little off, and I said, it's calves, who cares? But anyways, back to the main subject matter at hand here for today. Military scams. Now, the main reason why I wanted to discuss this is because I understand and probably, get the entire idea that this has been an issue, an ongoing issue, just another type of scam. Every once in a while, there are people who do it all the time. The gift cards, do not redeem, all that other stuff. I get it. It's understandable. It's just an interesting one because I feel like it's either been lost in the memory hole, or just kind of people aren't necessarily aware of it, I guess, that it was still existing, it's still a thing. Now, sure, it probably only affects older people. Now, that is true, but I mean, still, there is something very scummy to be a scammer, obviously, and to use also as well the service members as a gateway to tug on the heartstrings of certain people is also very vile as well. It's kind of like a double whammy. Not only are you pretending to be something that you're not at all, you're also exploiting these people that are trying to help this cause, whatever it is, So it is very weird, I guess, and it's just a PSA to remember this still exists and this still happens to this day, which is a very strange thing to happen, but hopefully this will just give you the word out, and or just have a reminder to say, hey, I know you're diehard military, but don't give out your money to every single person that might actually ask for it. There are those things. It's just a random weird PSA, but it's still a very interesting one, and also a look at some of the little topics that will probably stem from something like this. So with that being said, though, tell me what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions about this one. I would love to know if you knew about this scam, or if this was aware, or something you've heard like this happened to somebody. I would love to know your thoughts or stories in the comment section down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video with anybody who may or may not like it. I will be back on tomorrow with a new video. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you in the next one. Keep it heavy, stay safe out there, and stay cool, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!